Hello everyone, myself Snehal Shinde, lecturer in Pravin Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology from Electrical Department. Subject is Utilization of Electrical Energy, Subject Code 22626, Unit 2, Electric Heating and Welding Systems. Factors on which arc length depends. In manual arc welding, it is not possible for the operator to maintain a constant distance between the electrodes, or in other words, it is impossible for the operator to maintain a constant arc length. If the electrodes are brought closer, the arc length decreases, causing decrease in arc resistance because resistance is directly proportional to the length. Therefore, current increases, causing the increase in arc diameter, and now resistance further decreases because resistor is inversely proportional to the area, or it is inversely proportional to the distance. The arc will be out of control in this way. If the electrodes are taken away, the arc length increases and the arc resistance also increases. That is, R is proportional to the L, causing decrease in arc diameter, and now again resistance further increases. And arc will be finally extinguished, which is not desired. So in both cases, arc behavior gradually approaches to extreme condition. Either it is out of control or it is extinguished. The stability of the arc is thus important to get proper welding. Type of electrodes: bare electrodes, light coated electrodes, and heavy coated electrodes. Electrodes may be consumable or non-consumable type. Non-consumable type electrodes are made up of carbon or graphite or tungsten. These are not consumed during welding operation. Consumable electrodes are made up of the same material as that of the job to be welded. Bare electrode. These are most commonly used electrodes. During welding process, both the globules of molten electrode, wire and parent metal are exposed to oxygen and nitrogen of the atmosphere. Hence, the oxidizing and nitridine effect causes embrittlement in the weld. Hence, the quality of the welding obtained is not good. So, these electrodes are used for unimportant welding work. Light coated electrodes. A thin coating of lime mix soluble glass is given on the electrodes. This increases the arc stability. However, oxidization cannot be avoided for these electrodes. Heavy coated electrodes. These are also known as shielded electrodes. The heavy coating consists of chalk, aluminium, ferromanganese, starch, kaolin, binding materials. Advantages of the coated electrodes. Slag is formed on molten metal because of kaolin. This slag floats on surface of molten metal and prevents rapid cooling of the weld. Thus, weld does not become brittle. The weld is protected from oxidizing and nitriding effect. The arc space is kept ionized even if AC supply is used. Supply requirements. As described earlier, arc has a negative volt ampere characteristics, greater voltage, is required to strike the arc, and once the arc is struck, the voltage required to maintain it is less. The electrode touches the job and supply is made on. The electrode is separated from the job so that arc is struck. The voltage required for this purpose is called open circuit voltage for DC supply. This voltage has to be at least 30 to 35 volt, and for AC the range is 50 to 55 volt. After arc is struck, the circuit turns out to be almost short circuit path, supply, electrode, arc, job and supply, and there is sudden rush of current. This current should be limited. The supply voltage should be reduced so that stable current and hence the stable arc can be maintained. The voltage source used should have a dropping characteristics as shown in the figure. So these are the desired characteristics of the power supply. For arc welding, and it is the characteristics plotted between voltage and current. So as the voltage is maximum when current is low, and it reduces as the current gets increased, and this where the voltage and current meet are the operating point. It is known as the operating point. Next is the safety precautions to be taken while having a welding work in a system. So first is the all safety related instructions to be displayed at appropriate places of the welding, that the safety rules, how to follow the safety instructions were taken while we have to prepare the welding work. Proper training should be provided to the worker at site. So the worker to be handled a welding work should be given a proper training that how to weld the joint is to be done. The welding equipment should be as per the standards. So the welding equipment to be used should be match the standard. It should not be overrated or less rated. It should be according to the standard rated to the work. All earthing provisions should be as per the relevant standard. So earthing is provided for the safety. So the earthing is more important parameter while having the welding. So it should be according to the relevant standard. The welding area should be properly planned for the free movements of the operator. So the welding area should be properly planned, so the operator can move freely. The welding suits, gloves, helmets, goggles, glasses, shoes should be properly worn while carrying on the welding work. So these are all the safety accessories you have to wear while working in the welding work. So for the protection of hands, you have to wear the gloves. For helmets, it is the protection of the head. Then goggles, the goggles black colored normally is used for the welding purpose. So because of the arc heat or the brightness of that arc, eyes may get damaged. So or the sprinkle can reach your eye, so this is for the purpose of the eyes protection. And the glasses, then shoes from any heavy object should not be on your foot, should fall. So this will be the foot protection, legs protection, shoes should be properly worn always while performing the welding work. Then body organs should be protected from spark. Yes, I discussed just in above point that body organs should be protected from the spark. The spark is harmless, it could burn your organs. So yes, body organs should be protected. You have to wear a proper welding suit. The welding suit will cover your body and the spark will don't harm your body. And next point is, at the remote places, more than one person should be there for welding work. So it is mainly carried that not a single person should perform a welding work, because if the chances of fault or some disaster or some accident may occur there, so you have to be much alert that you will need a person other which knows the welding work. So it is recommended that more than 2 persons should be or more than 1 person should be there for performing the welding work. Then metal drums, metal ladder should not be used for climbing for welding work. As you know, for welding, the electric current is used. So you don't have to use the conducting one. So metal drums, metal ladder is always conducting. So as you are using electric supply for the welding and same you are using for climbing or something like a metal, so it is not properly, because it may get shock or might get some accident. So you have to use the insulated one for the climbing or for other works. And the last point according to the safety is the cable of welding should be at the safe distance from the operating person. Okay, this may get a chances of fault or shock or some spark. So the cable where the welding is performed, it should be a further or a far distance from the operating person. Okay, so these are all the safety precautions to be taken while performing the welding work. So this will help the operator or any person related to their for his own safety. So we end here the chapter which was the electric heating and welding system. It is normally of the 2 parts. So we have studied what is electric heating, the main basic principle, and the second part was electric welding. So in heating it is having a number of application like food industry and the other in annealing, in the hardening of the metal. So yeah, it is a very huge applications of the heating. So indirect heating, direct heating, induction heating, electric heating, we know all the basic principle of all this dielectric eddy current. So these basic principles are used in the heating. By means of that principle we are performing the heating work. So this was discussed by its circuit diagram and its proper application, advantages and disadvantages. And further we started the welding system. So in welding system there is a welding transformer. Then we have studied types of welding like arc welding, then resistance welding. We have seen the various types, and plastic and fusion. It is the most 2 types of welding we have discussed it in it. Then we have seen the types of electrode. What is the type of electrode used for the welding and also for the electric heating also. Then we have seen the good quality of the good weld. Then welding defects, how if it is improper done, then what are the defects of it. Then we have seen the characteristics of the arc, then factors on which the arc length depends, then methods of arc stabilization, then advantage and supply requirements, then safety precautions to be performed. So we have studied in this chapter the electric heating and welding system. Thank you.